Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be installing an Apple and Android CarPlay onto this Ford Focus 2014. This is the hatchback, and this is what we're going to be changing today, this big unit here, because you've got a little screen there, but we want a nice big one here. With this, don't be worried about this is now going to be down here instead. It doesn't matter because it's just wires going into the back of it. So without further ado, let's get to uninstalling this one and installing the new one. First thing you want to get is a Torque 25, and we've got two screws just under here that we need to unscrew. Then once they're out, this should just flip up. So that's one out, and then you just do the same on the other side. Once you've done that, this just pulls straight out, as easy as that. Then you've got a wire just in the back which you need to unplug. Unplug it, and then chuck that to one side. So that is the old one out. Now we just need to remove this screen at the top and this little disc holder right here. So just T25 there, we'll remove that one, and then it's two Torque 25s there and two Torque 25s over there. But first I'll remove this one. And that should pull out. Like so. Then just three wires on the back, so push that one up and pull, like so. Pull that one out, pull that one off too. Now that is off, put that to the back as well. Take the clock out. Once you've taken the screws out, pull it forward, and it'll have a plug on the back. And then push it down, release that, and it pops off. Clock is now off. Put that in the back too. Right, now we have space to put the new head unit in. You get an installation guide, obviously. No one uses that anywhere. Got all the plugs, brackets, the wires and the screen. With these vents, you are going to have to take the vents off the old one and these here to put in the new one. All you've got to do is unclip them and clip them into the new one. This is the old one and this is the new one. We're taking those vents and the scrollers off and putting them into that. Obviously it's a completely different shape from where the hazards and locks are, but you do have more buttons now, and it should just fit straight into there. But first I'm going to put the vents in. What you got to do to release this is pull these back, these little plastic things all along here, pull them forward as well, pull them forward, and it should just pull out. The scroller underneath is also connected, so you got to pull that forward so that it can release with it. So you just pull all the clips apart and it will just pop off like that. And now that can go in the new one. There's a very clean fit, as you can see. It looks a lot nicer than the older one. All you do is just pop it back into place. You push in the little roller first, and the rest is literally just clip back in. That is it. That's all you got to do. Come on in, and to test the rollers work, which you do, you can see the vents opening up. And the same on this one. So they are working. Now that is done and ready for the screen and everything. So on to the next step. We're going to start plugging the wires in. The screen isn't in yet, it's just loose. I've just got it in position. So the first one we're going to be putting in is this one here. Plug that into that one just there, like so. And we've got this one which we'll plug in. This one looks a bit more like spaghetti junction, but don't get fooled by it. What you got to do is plug it into this one here, like that. That is now in. We'll come over to these ones in a minute. I'm just going to plug the rest in. This one goes into the one at the very left. Like that, make sure it's in properly. The one that's connected to this box, which is the orange, brown and black wire, goes into the one here. This is what it's looking like so far with all the wires. One of them is confusing me a little for now, but we will overcome it, which is this one here. Can't seem to get it to go in. It matches up with the orange and black wires, which is odd, and they are connected, so it might just be the same thing. Got a Wi-Fi thing here, which will go into the back of the car. I'll stick it in the back, but that just screws onto there like that. You just turn it and it's on. So just put that on. Mic, the one here, the wire that says mic, so it just plugs in. So I got it wrong earlier. The blue and pink goes in there, and the orange and black goes in the one over here, which is in the actual element itself. The one that's got the bigger one of the lot goes into this bit of the car, so you just plug that in. So that is now in. Before I go any further, I'm now going to screw in the bits. You need to make sure the star is on there, and then one over here as well. Same on the other side to make sure it's lined up correctly, and you put in these little screws here. So put in the 6 silver screws, 3 aside. That is now plugged in. Now if I flip this up quickly, put the key in the ignition, we'll see if it works. Which it does, it is now on. We can now try the hazards, which are working. Make sure they are outside. Yep, they're working. Same on the mirrors. Now I'm going to try the central locking, which works. If I try and open it. Once you've done that, you can't actually open it from the outside, so then you need to do that so it all releases back up. This wire over here will go into this one, and then once it's in there, it will go into the bit where the radio antenna is, so you just plug it into that, just push it down and put it in place. Like so. So it's now in place. Now the radio should work. Make sure that's popped in. The antenna is now plugged back in. With the GPS, pull the sticker off and place it probably at the top so it's out of the way, like so, and it can't be interfered with. With the mic, I'm going to feed it down the bottom because there's a little gap, and I'm going to clip it up. You can put it back, make sure the wires don't get trapped anywhere. So I'm just going to do this quick, and then you just want to get it so it fits in place. The only wire I want to see is this mic one because I want it clipped under, but make sure you tie the excess wire back so it doesn't hang all loose. Put some electrical tape on so it can't be interfered with. And it is now in position with the wire. I'm going to feed it up, so then when it's in properly, it will hang down here basically, rather than putting it up there, because there is a slight gap under here and you would be able to just hear it exact same like you would up there. Like on the old one, it's got a mounting which also comes with a new one. You literally just pop it onto the bottom of there, then you push it and then you screw them down with the black screws, and then you put the black screws in that one there and on the other side there. They are now screwed in place. One more down there. Same here, it's just at the other side of that. You just want to put those in. So I've now just placed the screen in position. I've got this clipped up before I put the screws in. And now you just want to put the 2 screws back up there. Make sure no wires are in the way. I just moved mine out because it just got trapped, which is just there. Put your screws back in, which came out the old one, which are the T25s. These ones here. That should be it. Test it all works, and if it works well, it's all done. So the screen is now installed in the Focus. I'll show you what car I installed it on, which is this Focus just here, 2014 plate with the Apple and Android CarPlay screen. The mic is here and it works. All events work. If I turn the car on, we'll try them out. As you can see, and they do change direction too, which they should. It's got hazards, lock and unlock. You've got navigation on here, you've got your menu on here, you've got a back button, you've got different stuff on here. I need to change the date and time, but you can scroll through it all. I open my door, it will tell me my door's open. You can go on Bluetooth, power button. But let me know what you all think down below. Do you think this was a better upgrade for the Focus, or would you have kept it stock? I didn't install the reverse camera today. As a person I installed it for didn't want it installed on the car, so I just left it. But do put it into reverse. It does have parking sensors now, which is decent, and obviously the reverse won't come up on the screen. Sometimes it will have a bar there, but obviously you're not going to see it because the camera isn't there. I'm just going to try out the radio and stuff. And the sound is working, which is a good sign. You just go to settings, and you can turn it up and down, and you can adjust the call volume as well. From there, if we go to apps, it'll take you back to there, and then you've got Netflix, Google, YouTube, all of that stuff. If you press Z-Link 5, it will take you to this screen, which is wide mirroring. You don't want that, so you can press this one. Sorry, not that one, that's the settings for it. The button there, and it'll take you to Android, Autoplay, Apple Carplay, which is the one we want here.